last time we talked about how our body fights against disease. But today we get to talk about what's even better is a system our body has developed to be able to prevent us from getting sick from the same disease again, called immunity. So here are the two definitions you need to write. Number one, immunity. The body's ability to protect itself from pathogens before they cause disease. That is the bomb. And the other one, now there's two types. There's active and passive. I want you to write the definition for active. Active immunity is a type of immunity in which the immune system produces antibodies in response to the presence of a pathogen. Go ahead and pause this recording till you finish writing those two definitions, then hit play again. Okay, welcome back. Let's read. When a pathogen, some of this we already learned yesterday. When a pathogen invades the body, the immune system produces antibodies that help destroy the pathogens. This process provides the body with immunity. The special white blood cells that manufacture antibodies respond by producing a specific antibody for that pathogen. Okay, so every pathogen has its own antibody, just like you guys each have your own mailbox. Okay, for example, when the chickenpox virus enters your body, the antibodies that are produced are only effective on that particular virus. They cannot destroy any other kind of virus. Your white blood cells have the ability to make over 1 billion different kinds of antibodies. When an antibody is made, certain white blood cells, called memory cells, are programmed to remember both the invader and how to make the antibody. So the next time the invader enters the body, the memory cells trigger the production of those specific antibodies so quickly that the person usually doesn't even become sick. This type of reaction by the immune system builds active immunity. All right, so let's look at the things on the bottom here. Here's some, can you see the blood cells? The human immunodeficiency virus, that's what HIV stands for. Have you heard of HIV? This is a type of virus that attacks the immune system. It specifically targets the T cells, which are the white blood cells that recognize pathogens and send signals to other white blood cells to produce antibodies, preventing these cells from functioning. So how do you fight a virus that attacks the part that fights a virus? That's really tricky. So when somebody gets HIV, they usually don't, the problem isn't the HIV itself. I mean, what happens is then other pathogens enter their body, but their body cannot fight them. So small things can make them sick. Okay, going down. The first time this flu virus, I'm going to go ahead and focus it for us. The first time this flu virus enters the body, it takes about 2 weeks for the white blood cells to make effective antibodies. That's why you're sick for 2 weeks the first time. The next time, however, the memory cells recognize the pathogen and the antibodies are made in just a few days. One more thing on this page. Quick fact. Even though your body has the ability to develop immunity to certain diseases, no one is immune to all diseases. Some diseases you may only get once, such as chickenpox or measles. Other diseases, like strep throat, can keep recurring each time the pathogen enters your body. Antibiotics are chemicals that kill or slow the growth of a pathogen. They can help recurring diseases that are caused by bacteria or some fungi. But antibiotics are not effective against viruses. We talked about that earlier. Do you remember why? Because viruses are not living things, and so this can't fight them. Okay, let's go to the next page. Focus. Okay. Your body acquires active immunity in 2 ways. One is by getting the disease first. So when I was a baby, I got chickenpox. So now I'm immune. You are also immune to chickenpox, even though you probably never had it. That's because you got a vaccination. The other way to develop active immunity is from vaccinations. When you receive a vaccination, or it's also called an immunization, dead or weakened pathogens are introduced into your body. This triggers the immune system to develop antibodies and memory cells to fight the disease if you're ever exposed to it. This is so great. This means you can be protected from something like chickenpox or the measles without ever having to have it. Some vaccinations, such as the mumps vaccine, provide immunity for a lifetime. Some can only provide immunity for a specific number of years, such as the tetanus vaccine. In this case, booster shots must be received to keep the body protected. Vaccinations can be administered by injection, oral drops, or nasal spray. Sometimes a person can acquire passive immunity, so this one's different. This happens when antibodies from a source come from a source other than the person's body. A baby receives passive immunity from its mother before birth. The antibodies from the mother's blood pass to the baby. This type of immunity lasts for only a few months until the baby's own immune system can function. All right, so right now with the coronavirus, this is a very hot topic, wanting to develop a vaccination. They're working hard to try to develop a vaccination to protect us from the coronavirus. But they also have done some experiments with passive immunity. They have actually taken some blood from people who have had the coronavirus and successfully fought it and healed. Now they have some antibodies in their blood, and they have tried injecting their blood into somebody else, and it helps to fight the virus in that body. It won't last. It's called passive immunity. All right, so let's go down here. This chart. There's the chart. See if I can get this focus. This chart depicts the number of vaccines that have been developed over the last 2 centuries. The very first one was in 1796 by Edward Jenner when he successfully vaccinated a child against smallpox. So smallpox is an acute disease, but it doesn't, when I say little, I don't want you to get the wrong idea. Smallpox is deadly. Just like the coronavirus can kill some people, the smallpox is actually even more dangerous. So acute doesn't always mean little. Let's see. So he came up with this vaccination against smallpox, which was the first time that was ever done. Then no vaccines were developed for another 87 years. Why? Why didn't they start doing others? During the 20th century, greater knowledge of pathogens and diseases led to the development of more vaccines. Okay, that makes sense. All right, going down here. In 1952, the American physician Jonas Salk developed the first polio vaccine. This was another very, very harmful disease that went around. He showed that people inflicted with polio viruses did not get the disease. I'm going to read that again. In 1952, the American physician Jonas Salk developed the first polio vaccine. He showed that people injected with dead polio viruses did not get the disease because they had developed antibodies against it. Do you see how great that is? They put the virus in, but it was dead, so it couldn't hurt the person. But their body still recognized it and made antibodies so they would be protected, which is awesome. All right, so this over here is just links. We're not going to do that. This is the end of this for today, and we'll have a few videos to watch tomorrow. See you later.